This week in the World on Water, days 1, 4 and 5, new and classic yachts at Les Voiles de Saint-Tropez. The 2016 Queensland Youth Championships at Keppel Bay Sailing Club. Matt Bugg brings home a silver medal from the Olympics. Our Vendee Globe Report, round the world non-stop, the hardest sporting event in the world. The New South Wales Youth Championship at the Georges River Sailing Club, Botany Bay, where there's howling breeze. Russell Coutts tells us how he capsized the AC-45 on San Francisco Bay.
Today is the famous challenge day. Normally one boat will challenge another, and this has been going on for years and is part of the history of the whole event. Today was a little bit different because we created something new. We're trying to get a schooner class together. We had 4 really top schooners all sailing together in the bay. We had a Mariette, extremely well sailed. Germania Nova is a replica of the famous yacht Germania. Puritan, which has come back into schooner racing. So we just arranged to sail the boats together and keep as close as possible and give the public something to look at. On a regular day with a start, like tomorrow and Saturday, we leave the harbour about 2 hours early of the recognised start time to give us time to get the sails up. It's a very long procedure. So we decide what we're going to do. I drive the boat and I trust 100% my tactician and the navigator for timing and everything. It's quite a big operation just to find your way through the boats and pre-start manoeuvres. It's quite something with this.
My name's Ash Brunning, the QAS head coach, president of the event for the Queensland Youth Championships here in Yeppoon. So far the event's gone quite well. We had a sou'easter starting yesterday that moved around into a little bit of a nor'easter. A big day for protecting the left, and across the fleets the sailors that protected the left tended to do quite well. So in the laser, Mara Stransky, who is the existing or the only QAS athlete present at the event, got 3 wins, which was a great result for her. She stuck to her strategy and it panned out very well for her. The 2 young guys just behind her, Tom Needham and Indy Bow, they were right on her heels the whole way round, and they just happened to make a few more minor mistakes. So it was great to see the level of racing at the top of the laser at a very high level. Move across into the 29ers, and Brianna Whitehead sailed a brilliant day with 3 ones as well. So a really strong day for the ladies. Today looks like another sou'easter moving around into a nor'easter, so it should be quite a similar day.
G'day, I'm Jamie Toplin and we're here at the Queensland Youth Championships, and we sail a 29er. All of us do.
How did yesterday go?
Well, for Brianna and myself, we sailed together. We somehow got 3 firsts. Don't know how that happened.
There's a bit of a remnant sou'easter swell hanging around. Kind of more like a rolling wave, really. Not quite swell. So there's a fair bit more balance involved. You get to the top of the wave, you're kind of able to lean against a bit more pressure, and then when you get into the trough, there's often that little bit less, and you've got to try not to steer it. It's more about using your body. Let's have a closer look at them. Mara's pretty nicely set up. Able to sit a little bit more outboard than Indy, obviously. Give us something to feel against. Indy's sitting pretty close inboard, using the top part of his body to keep it flat. Fry pan style for Indy versus tiller extension up on knees for Stransky. So it was a really easy start, that one, in the sense that if you were the leeward boat, you can just sail away. There's a bit of a pressure line just out here on the left, not even 50 metres to the left of the pin. I'd say Nat will probably be leading in, Nat and Ash. The guys up here are a little bit higher, so it'll probably stop them from tacking, but they might get there first. I see Mara doing some pre-start work, just having a think about where she want to start and why. I'm looking at some angles off the line. Now she just luffed up on the pin and had a look at where the breeze is setting at the moment. Moving back up towards the boat end. Collecting all the information builds confidence in which way you want to go and why. There's about 13 seconds to go. 10, 2, 1, go. 2, 3 seconds late for the start. I'm being a little too hesitant there, I think. Scoobs started up pretty nicely just to windward of the group. Mara probably the most extended. Tom's got a lane to work in. Dane's footing off beneath the group just to try and get out to a clear lane. Indy's got a pretty tight lane. The boys went for one long angle out to the right and then came back in, and Brianna kept it short, and she actually jibed on the shifts a little bit more than the boys. She's going in for the other gate at the moment. On starboard, so she can cross, so it'll be a split at the gate. They're both sinking now again. So good defence from Mara. Just need to keep almost an eye in the back of her head, watching out for young Tom. Indy's done pretty well, just sailing the straight line. Scoob's doing fine, sitting more inboard. Looks like he'll get a pretty easy 4th, actually. Back to Jordan and Dane. But they weren't quite on the edge of the left-hand side there when it fanned all the way left on the first beat, and it's pretty much strung out the whole fleet, and that's the end of the race.
Well, another day, another blister, I guess. been keeping a reasonably low profile, I guess, with what we've been doing, but so nice to finally get out on the water and actually do some yachting here on the Hauraki Gulf on the new test boat. Certainly making some fantastic gains. It's been bloody cold and windy a lot of the time. Certainly had our fair share of ups and downs over the last few weeks. Boat speed wise, these boats, the AC50s, are faster than what we were sailing in San Francisco on the AC72. So not only downwind are we foiling now, we're foiling pretty much upwind, and you know, the ultimate goal is really at the end of the day to keep the hulls dry around the racetrack. So the testing phase that we're in at the moment is trying to come up with systems and techniques effectively of how we actually get these boats around the track. So the training here is relentless, but at the end of the day, the quest to win the America's Cup is what it's all about, and for us it's about developing a fast boat, and this next couple of month period for us is really absolutely key to the program. So the hard yards that we're doing now, although we're in dry suits, it's you know, summer's coming for us, and hopefully we can make up some good ground over our summer while everyone else is in their winter. Well, I think we're going okay.
Because he's a silver medalist, Matt Bug. Matt's from Tasmania, and he's been to Rio and he's come back with a silver medal around his neck here, and I believe it rattles.
It does, yeah.
Very good, Matt. Now you had a pretty funny campaign, didn't you? It went well, and then it sort of fell over, and then you came to the top in the end like a good sailor. Now tell us the goods, the highs and the lows.
Yeah, well, it's I mean, it started off pretty well. I started off very consistent, and I slowly made my way to the point where I was leading the regatta. And I led for a couple of days, and then, as sometimes happens, I had one day which kind of changed everything, and I had a gear breakage in one race that I was leading. I ended up coming 14th, and then the next race...
Now, what happened? What broke?
My steering broke, unfortunately.
Oh, that's unfortunate, yes.
Yeah, I've got two little plastic fair leads with little metal rings inside them, and the metal ring just ripped straight out of the plastic, which it's never happened before, ever, in 10 years of sailing this class, and it happened in one of the most important races in the Paralympics. It's
always the way 20-cent pieces, they all go, don't they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so the next race I won the race, but another Spanish sailor thought that I went a bit too close to him in a crossing situation, and he protested me, and I subsequently lost that. So from a very good regatta to the day from hell, and I ended up starting the last day thinking that I had to fight for a bronze medal.
And you started off, you were chasing the American, were you?
Yeah, well, he was sort of chasing me. I thought I would have been very happy to stay well away from him and just go and race and try and have a clean race.
Well, you're a marked man, mate.
Yeah, I was a marked man. Basically, the American D. Smith, he had to make sure I finished worse than 10th, and if he did that, he didn't even have to finish the race, and he would have got the bronze medal. So 5 minutes to go. I knew it would happen, and he basically engaged me, and we had a really good tussle for the 5 minutes before the start. I got the upper hand on him, and
what did you do to him?
He sort of was coming at me trying to hook me, and I created enough distance so that I could actually tack inside his range, and I came back at him on starboard, and I then basically controlled him and took him to where I wanted to take him on the line, and so I was very happy with that. I then got a very clean start, and it ended up too many boats were over, and it was a general recall. So we then had to do it all over again. But fortunately, I got a clean start in the next race, and I won the race, and it was enough to get me a silver medal. So I was really happy with it.
Well, it's just as well it was a disqualified start.
Well, yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly, who knows? I may have won that race. Yeah. You never know what might have happened.
No, of course not. No, but in the end, you got it, and you've got the silver medal.
I do, yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm really happy to have this silver medal. There's a little bit of disappointment that I don't have the gold, obviously. I'm sure there will be for some time to come, but I know that in the future I'll look back and it's something I'll be immensely proud of. So yeah, I'm very happy.
But still, that's sailing, isn't it, really? You just take those good things things with the bad.
Yeah, that's sailing. I mean, sometimes, as every sailor knows, you know, you can win the entire regatta on the water, and you can have some bad luck in the protest room, and that can be enough to give someone else the win.
So where do you go from here, Matt?
Yeah, no sailing for a while, for sure. I mean, no racing anyway. Well, let's say no 2.4 racing.
So what do you do normally? What do you go back to work?
Yeah, I'll go back to work at some stage.
As?
I've been doing a lot of work at Salter Marine, just doing a lot of boat repair stuff. Probably do a little bit of that for a while, and a little bit of work on the new house as well.
Oh, lovely. And so it's back to Tasmania, is it?
Back to Tassie, yeah, for summer. I can't wait. I've had enough of winter there.
Well, that's excellent. Well, mate, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic regatta, regardless of whether the port and starboard thing.
Yeah.
And that silver looks really good around your neck.
I think so too, mate. Yeah, thank you.
All the best.
Cool.
He's holding on, but BMW Oracle Racing are over.
Welcome to the World on Water 2016-17 Vendee Globe Round the World Race Report. This latest edition of the Vendee Globe leaves on November 6th from La Sable d'Olonne on the Bay of Biscay in France, heading around the world.
Stop for me now, 'cause you got me in the middle. Stop for me now, babe, can fight just a little. Stop for me, stop for me. Stop for me. Stop for me.
The 2016 New South Wales Youth Championships have wrapped for another year with over 300 competitors making the most of conditions on Botany Bay in Sydney. The conditions on the first day? Well, no racing, too much wind. Second day, great. The third day, which we filmed and you see here, blowing a gale. Once again, one race and racing was called off. The regatta was hosted by the Georges River Sailing Club over the 3-day long weekend, and sailors and their families were coming from all over Australia. Australian Sailing's New South Wales ACT Regional Manager Declan Brennan said the event was a massive success for all involved. As you can see from the wild conditions, the competitors also loved it. They were crashing and bashing everywhere, having a great time. In the 420s, Otto Henry and Rome Featherston on board Chipper won the New South Wales State Championships in the 420 class, holding on to a narrow lead after 2 days of competition. In the 29er, Silly Galar, skippered by Tom Crooks and crewed by Max Paul, won the New South Wales Youth Championships in the 29er class, maintaining a strong lead throughout the regatta. Thomas Steenson and Cameron Burt won the Flying 11s. George Borton, Stratocaster from Queensland, took out the laser title. The Laser Radial, Finn Alexander of Infinity, took out the honours. Oliver Ashton in blue ink took out the open pick. The Optimist Intermediate was won by Cooper Billingham in Wooshka. The Sabo's William Burt, slippery little sucker, came in first with Hayley Callan, blue bottle second. And the Littlies in the Optimist Green Fleet only raced on Sunday because the other 2 days were much too rough. Australian Sailing thanked all the competitors and their parents for coming to the Georges River Sailing Club and supporting the regatta.
When I was first sailing the AC 45s in San Francisco, it was a new class, it was new territory, and for me, I was a new sailor to that style of racing. And that capsize was pretty amazing. In fact, I think it's had 2 million hits on YouTube. It was quite an intense capsize because we did what's called a pitch pole, where the boat tripped over the bows and the boat flipped, and I actually lost grip on the boat and flew through the air and went through the wing sail, actually right through the O of the Oracle. Lucky I had this crash helmet on, because went head first straight down through the wing. And it was basically an error. I turned the boat into what we call a death zone, which is it's an angle to the wind that you can't stay very long at. And I was sort of a little bit indecisive. The bow dug in and we capsized, and it happened very, very fast. What I should have done is kept turning up, and we're not going very fast there either. If you turn up into that zone, and now you want to bear away with a lot of wind, that's when you can have a problem, which is exactly what happened there. But I'm just looking at right where I fall, which is now, and go through the wing. That was that was a pretty big fall. That was a learning experience. Fortunately, no injuries other than a few minor scratches, and of course the sailors take all precautions with their safety equipment and so forth. You've got quite a lot of padding on, so that if you do hit something, there is some protection there. Frankly, the modern boats are quite a bit safer than those early days.